How Selena Gomez is saving the marriage of Justin and Hailey Bieber. Selena Gomez is playing the role of an arbitrator between Justin and Hailey's marital rifts. It seems untrue, because how could a person contact his ex to complain not about his girlfriend, but his wife? Does it mean Justin still loves Selena? We can say he does, but he is trying to be back together with her as friends? Hey, welcome back to Trendy Verts, guys! Today, we'll talk about Justin's attempt to contact his ex, complaining about his current relationship. Let's unleash the truth. Justin still loves Selena, and she was the one to end everything with Justin, as Justin is reaching out to Selena to talk about Hailey, to which she has positively responded. This is quite the evidence that she has moved on enough to have a conversation about his wife. A source told, Justin Bieber has reached out to ex-Selena Gomez during lockdown and complained to her that his wife, Hailey, is a little too obsessed with religion. But according to the sources, the real reason behind this contact is not because he wanted to talk about his wife. He just wanted to talk. Because Jelena was not in contact since their last breakup in 2018. Justin believes we should not end our relationships with the people to whom we are closest to. According to a source, he doesn't believe he should be cut off from those people he was closest to in his life, and he doesn't believe talking is cheating. This isn't a surprise for Selena, because she knows sooner or later Justin would contact her and cannot stop loving her. Sources mentioned, Selena understands Justin never stopped loving her, and also realizes quarantining during COVID has been tough for most relationships. So she isn't surprised that he has been calling. Justin has been an emotional freak, and Selena knows this from very long. This might be the reason, other than her family, to split up from Justin, but he doesn't seem to be stepping back. If not as a wife, then as a friend, Justin wants to be with her, and Selena is not surprised and wouldn't mind to be a shoulder to cry on. She doesn't mind being a shoulder to cry on, but really doesn't want it to get back to Hailey. She knows how much that would hurt. Selena is trying everything she could to end their small worries and want them to work on their issues. Does it mean she has traveled so far that she isn't even concerned about why would Justin contact her, and is more of a peacemaker? Selena is kind, and the last thing she would ever want would be to be a part of trouble in their relationship. She has moved on. She also knows that Justin is serious about Hailey, but sometimes needs a friend's advice. And as she was the one nearer to him since teenage, he wants to talk about small things that is bothering him about Hailey. He loves Hailey dearly, but he does complain about her sometimes, and Selena says it's sad. According to Justin and Hailey, their faith was one of the reasons they are together now, and became the reason to reconnect with Selena, who has moved on. Being able to share that with each other, to have that bond of faith and spirituality, is so critical for us. It's the most important part of our relationship. Following Jesus together, being a part of the church community together, it's everything. Hailey wasn't able to focus on religion when she was getting older, but now that she's married, she's feeling more of her own connection with religion. As I got older, it got harder to follow church and the Bible because it felt very adult. I don't want to sound wrong, but it was boring. I didn't care about it anymore, until I found a church I felt was geared toward young people. And for me, that was the Hillsong Church in New York City.
Amazing, because it's like people think there's like a certain way where you need to have this certain type of relationship with God, but like, he's our friend.
Her religious faith became stronger, and with time, it helped her to overcome her depression, anxiety, and the negative thoughts she got from the internet upon marrying Selena's ex. In an interview, she said, "It started to feel like my own little community of people who were also young and following God and just immersed in the church community. Then I developed my own relationship to the church and my own relationship with God, separate from being raised that way by my parents. It's been a cool journey for me."
in different ways work in this industry where I feel like a lot of the time people misunderstand God and believing in Jesus, and sometimes it can be difficult to be in this industry believing what we believe in.
Justin also stated his religious journey back in the days. Initially, he doesn't consider himself religious. I wouldn't consider myself religious. That confuses a lot of people because we're like, well, you go to church. I believe in the story of Jesus. That's the simplicity of what I believe. But I don't believe in all the religious elitism and pretentiousness. Like people are better than you because they come to church. Like you have to go to church and dress a certain way. But after Justin's constant visits to church, we can see a new Justin. Justin released his new song, Holy. It is Justin's spiritual song, which features Chance the Rapper. Later, Justin's post on Instagram was all about his journey to Jesus. I want to walk in the plans God has for me and not try to do it on my own. I want to give up my selfish desires daily so I can be a good husband and future dad. I'm grateful that I can walk with Jesus as He leads the way. Justin and Hailey also started to hang out after attending the same church, but now this seems an impediment to Justin and Hailey's life. Justin called Selena, and according to sources, he feels she is a little too obsessed with religion sometimes. He basically feels like she has gone too far. Hailey found their faith as a base of their relationship, while Justin once thought the same, but now he is complaining about it with the one we thought he would spend his life with. Justin knows about Hailey's faith, and Hailey is proud to be married with a guy who understands her. I'm also married to someone that's been dealing with this a lot longer than I have, to an extremely, the highest level it could possibly be, Hailey Bieber shared in an interview. I think being able to share that world with somebody that understands it even better than I do has been so helpful. Well, it is quite clear that whenever he feels low, Selena would be her direction to see in, whereas Selena has kept her distance so far. She went through a lot, but when she was hospitalized, Justin was seen crying along with Hailey. And now that the Wolves songstress has come so far without Justin, and she knows she is better off without him, he is contacting her again. The reason Selena moved on is because she was in a toxic relationship with Justin and was part of emotional abuse. She mentioned it in an interview. I found this strength in it. It's dangerous to stay in a victim mentality. And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim to certain abuse. Whatever is the reason, but we know Justin still has feelings for Selena and still tries his ways to gain her friendship, if not anything else. So what's your take on this matter? Tell us in the comments. If you want to see our upcoming videos, ring the bell icon and don't forget to like our video as well. That's all from my side. Thanks for watching.